Hi everybody, in this tutorial I'm going to show us how to use this lathe tool, L-A-T-H-E. Uh, this is a tool that allows you to revolve one of your drawn splines to create a revolved model. So there's a few things you can use that with. The first thing we need is an image to trace. So I'm just going to drag in, going to my front view and drag in something to trace. So I'm going to do this water bottle here. Okay, and we'll do the middle one because it's right down the y-axis, perfect. So we'll do this in two different splines. We'll do the green part and then we'll trace the top. So there's these new pen tools now. A little disappointed they got rid of one that I really enjoyed, the B spline. So now it's just going to be this spline pen, which it's just like Photoshop or Illustrator's pen tool. So I'll start at the bottom here, and I'm going to just make a click. And what I'll do is just get really close so you can see. I'll get to the edge here so I can drag a point. And so anytime you want to curve, you can click and drag. So right before the turn here, I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to come up here. Okay. It's a little tricky. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm only going to be tracing half. I'll just pretend it goes up here. I'm only going to be tracing half. Actually, I'm going to pretend that this kind of dips back down and around, and you'll see why. So here, and I'm just going to have it do this. I don't even have to go all the way. I'm going to stop right there and press enter. So let me show you what that looks like. It essentially looks like this. And let's look at that lathe tool. So I'm going to hold down the subdivision surface area and I'm going to go to the word lathe. Okay, it's not there. Let me go. You have to hold down the extrude tool and then there is lathe. Nothing will happen until you drag the spline, the word spline, into the word lathe. And you can see that I have a model of that bottle. Now, let's take a look. I'm going to go back to that view. And with the second shape, I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to get that spline pen again. I'll start from the middle here. And I'm going to just click across here. Not many curves. Oh, look at that, it's making a brand, it's kind of attaching itself to that. So I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to make sure that I'm on a brand new, I'm going to go back to model mode. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the spline pen again. And let's just make sure that's, yes, that now that it's going to make a new spline. I must have been still selected on that old spline. So to get off selected on something, get back to model mode, maybe click your move tool and then model mode. Then get back to that spline pen, and now I'm going to trace my new shape. So I'm only going to trace half, as we said, just real quick. Okay. And, you know, sometimes there's a hole in that bottle, so it might just come down like this and across. All right, done. Let's get close, show you what I did there. Alright, so I'm going to get off of this tool and let's come back to this view here. And I have a shape that looks like this. And let's get a brand new lathe and drag that new spline into that lathe. And you can see I must have, oh, I'm going to put that back into that other lathe. Okay, each spline needs to be in its own lathe, you can see. And later on, I like to tuck these in, maybe name these. This could be top, this could be bottle. Just to keep it neat, you can drop these up and down here and collapse them. All right, excellent. From here, I might make some textures and drag them on. But you can see, just in a few minutes, I have a pretty good model here, two separate models, using that lathe tool. All right, well, Keep an eye out for my next tutorial, and give this a try, and good luck.